incredible. Good afternoon, South Africa, and a very, very warm welcome to you. This is Afternoon Express. My name is Jeannie D, and of course, it is my favourite day of the week. It's always the best show on a Tuesday. And of course, it's another tasty Tuesday, and time to get our hands nice and dirty in the kitchen with our Afternoon Express cook-along. Now, today's hero ingredient is something most of us have sitting in the cupboard, but few of us are willing to get very creative with. It is the humble tuna can. I mean, I basically survive on the tuna can all the time, when I'm on a diet or whether I just need something to eat in a hurry. And of course, it is absolutely incredible. It's gonna be really, really tasty this afternoon. And of course, we're joined this afternoon by our very fabulous chef, Tuna. And you look incredible. I mean, if you can just have a look at how her eye makeup perfectly matches her top. I mean, glamour queen in the kitchen today. And of course, we have our guest chef, Chef Zuki. Welcome to the show. Very happy to have you back. You haven't been on in so long.
I know, right?
Is it because Samizi is keeping you very busy?
Do I need to comment on that one? No, I don't. But yeah,
so, of course, Zuki is a celebrity chef, and she cooks for all of the most famous people in Johannesburg. But I think your favourite is Samizi, hey? Is that true?
That's what they say, but no, he's not.
Who's your favourite?
I wouldn't say.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Who is the easiest to cook for?
People that pay me the most.
Oh, well, there you go. I agree. Show me the money, honey. Yes. I totally agree with that.
And then I'll smile.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, so today we've got we've got a lot going on in this kitchen today. What are we making for mains?
I am making the tuna cabbage.
Okay.
Yes, it's tomatoes, the avo, and the tuna fish with mayonnaise, yeah.
Okay, and that goes along with the lasagna as well?
Yes. So
tell us a little bit about the lasagna that we're making.
We've also got a tuna lasagna that we're making.
Yeah.
And as well as a tuna and quinoa salad that we're making.
Okay.
And then at the very end, we've got a nice, delicious olive oil ice cream that we're going to make. But we'll leave that for last.
Well, firstly, for the mains, if you want this incredible main dish, all you need to do is SMS the keyword Woolworths to 33650 to have this recipe sent to your device. SMSs are R1.50 each, and free SMSs do not apply. And then, of course, dessert, the ice cream, using a somewhat unconventional ingredient with olive oil. An olive oil ice cream. Take me through this. Explain it to me.
I think I'd like to surprise you.
Really?
Yeah, you're going to be impressed.
I can't imagine an oily ice cream, but does it just taste like olive oil? It's not actually going to be
It's not going to be oily at all.
Okay, I'm very excited to try this because I've tried an avocado ice cream before, which is amazing. Didn't taste like avocado. And I've tasted a cauliflower ice cream, actually, which was quite interesting as well. I've had quite a few flavours of ice cream. I'm a little bit daring. Love ice cream, clearly. Now, if you want to make this incredibly simple dessert, then all you need to do is SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. SMSs are R1.50 each, and free SMSs do not apply. Now, da-dun-da-dun! One of the best parts of our Tuesday cook-alongs is we invite some very fabulous, very famous person to our loft. And today's celeb guest is one of the hardest and loudest rock stars in South Africa. Francois van Coke has had a long career on stage as a frontman and as a solo artist. But these days, he's quite the family man, being a husband to his loving wife and a father to his beautiful daughter. But that doesn't mean that he's hung up his leather jacket and microphone just yet. He's still really hardworking, and he's always willing to experiment. And of course, his recent collaboration with Ricky Rick is the perfect example of this. Have a look.
Never change, bro. A planet of slaves, so what up with this change, bro? Yeah, you eating, but what up with this game, bro? I'm married to game, somebody give me my rings, bro. Hey! We are not like them. We are not like them. Never be a slave again. Never on my knees again. We are not like them. I've been running since I was born, just a pawn in their monochrome blame game. Needle in the hay, found my own way.
What a tune! Of course, it's Francois van Coke. Van Coke and Ricky Rick. Please do connect with us online if you've got any questions for Francois. And yeah, let us know. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat and use the official hashtag Afternoon Express. Go visit us on our Instagram. We'll read all of your comments and, of course, get to ask Francois some of them. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Long time no see.
Yeah, I think it's been 5 years.
It's been 4 years. It was 2015, I checked.
2015. So where are we now? 24. When did the show start?
2020. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I'm not so good at math, okay?
Let's call it 4 and a bit.
4 and a bit. And actually, when you were here in 2015, you were just releasing your first solo album.
Yes, yeah.
And now here, we're discussing your third one.
Yeah.
So you've been very hard at work.
Yeah, a lot has happened in the last 5 years. Yeah, I obviously made a lot of music. I did a lot of collaborations, did a lot of bigger shows, did a little bit of TV things in between as well. Yeah. So it's been a lot of fun and a crazy ride, I must say, yeah.
This song is amazing. I'm absolutely in love with it. Tell me about how your collaboration with Ricky Rick.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Ricky. And
he's so cool.
Yeah,
he is so cool.
He's probably
and
the
so
coolest
talented
dude in the world.
Yeah.
And then obviously we connected on The Voice a little bit, and we got to spend some time together, and we got to play each other some music, and we kind of connected on that level. We kind of liked the same stuff.
Yeah.
And then we wrote this track together and put it out end of last year.
Amazing. I can see you've had a haircut since I saw you last. Did you go to Ricky Rick's barber for that?
No, I haven't been. I must go. I know it's in Waterfall in Joburg.
Yeah, a friend of mine lives down the road from there and says like there's just permanently this queue of little boys outside the whole time going to have their haircut. Okay, so what is the song about?
Dude, it's called Not Like Them.
Yeah.
So I think it's just, people that decide that they want to do something that is not of the norm.
Yeah.
And just following their own heads.
Yeah. Which is pretty much what you've done your whole life. Like, you've just done your own thing. I remember that when we chatted last, we were discussing how your father was a pastor, and they were like, please don't use our family name.
For sure. They actually, my parents are still, in the ministry.
Yeah.
And, I think for me, I had to sometimes choose what I want to do with my life, and playing in a rock band is probably not what my parents expected me to do, but now I've been doing it for 17 years now. 17 years down the line, I think my parents respect me for...
They've gotten used to the idea.
For what I'm doing, especially, like Fok of Politiekar, the name was something to get used to for them.
Yeah.
And they got used to it, and I think they appreciate it as well.
I read that you had said that you've been in the industry for 17 years and you're still finding it tough to navigate your way through the South African music industry. Why is that?
Yeah, I don't know. Have I said that?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I have it in quotes somewhere. But do you find it difficult? I mean, it's not an easy industry to get through.
Yeah, I think things are constantly changing. I'm just trying, just from when we started in South Africa, there wasn't even bands touring. Now, there's been so many changes over the last 17 years, and, it went from selling CDs to streaming now. So it's a constant evolution in the music industry, and I think it's just important to adapt with what's going on, sticking to your guns, and also staying relevant to the time and space you're in.
My mom always told me that it's very rude to talk money, but I mean, now that it's streaming as opposed to like selling CDs and records and all of that, how do you still make money per song when you sell it, or do you just have to gig?
Yeah, I think these days it's all going towards streaming. That's going to be the norm in the future. I think even Apple Music that are still selling songs, I think that's going to phase out, and it's just going to be streaming on Apple Music too, and Spotify, etc. But the thing with streaming is your songs will get streamed forever. If you have a popular song, that song will be played forever, and you will always earn something from it, where a CD will be bought once. So I think it's catching up. So the streaming vibe's catching up, but we still go on the road. I think that's the most important thing.
I looked at your tour schedule. I think you are fully booked until May.
Yeah, that's what we need to do as musicians. You need to get out there and play music. And for me, I love touring, I love being on the road, and I love making music, so I still enjoy that. Things have changed a little bit over the years because I've got a family now at home, so I always feel like I'm on the mission of getting home.
But you're still the rock star. I saw footage of you at a festival recently, and I saw you do the stage dive. Aren't you scared? Has anyone ever dropped you from the stage?
I've been dropped many times, more in my earlier career.
Yeah.
Like I've hung on beams above the stage and
Oh, my word.
and fell, and nobody caught me. You know, like where I winded myself and I had to get on stage like that. Like those things happen. These days, I think I trust the crowd a little bit more than what I did 17 years ago. But it's always a gamble. But you know, that's part of the game.
And of course, you're a very serious family man. You and your little daughter is so beautiful. I saw you did a music video with her.
Yeah, it's
gorgeous.
Yeah, she is 3 years old now.
Yeah.
So when I made my second solo album, it was kind of in the time while my wife was pregnant. So it was like that time, are we ready for this? You know, everything is going to change, kind of a thing. And I think it kind of reflects in the music a little bit. You know, like that kind of stress of the future.
Yeah.
And then. In between the second and the third, you know, she was born and I got to know her, and I wrote the song for her, and she's in the music video. She's the kind of the star, I guess.
What kind of dad are you?
I think I want to be just a loving father.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know,
sure you are.
That's my biggest mission. I think that's the most important thing, that my daughter knows that she's being loved.
Yeah.
And you know, even though I'm on the road a lot, I really want to spend quality time with her when I get to see her. And that's my, you know, spending time with my family is what I do when I'm not on the road or making music or doing TV things or whatever.
Yeah, well, even though I haven't seen you so long, I can see that you are such a dedicated, you're just such a dedicated person. You are so super committed to your career, and that is why you're so good at it. And you are so super committed to your family, and that's why you're such a loving father and such a great husband. Oh, no, I was devastated that Ringo died. Devastated. I love
Me too,
that dog.
obviously.
Oh, the cutest dog you've ever seen in your whole life.
It's been 2 years. I've got 2 tattoos of him.
Yeah. And you use him on all of your...
You love bulldogs too, right?
Yeah, I'm
you're
so
a fan,
obsessed with bulldogs. My best.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, obviously a massive bummer. He was like a massive part of our lives.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've written songs about him. He's been on album covers. He's been in music videos. He was such a big part of my life. And... yeah, it was, obviously pretty tragic.
No, listen, I love bulldogs. And, you know, I had one for a while. And I'd always said, dogs mustn't be on the couch. Dogs mustn't be in the bed. Give me 1 week with this dog. He was in my bed, slobbering, cuddling.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, eh? Yeah, no,
they are such amazing, amazing dogs. I truly love them. OK, so from dogs to cooking.
Ooh. I'm terrible,
thing, eh? Are
really.
you terrible?
I'm like scared of the kitchen. I told my wife before, I love to watch Master Chef and those things, but I think it must be the worst job in the world to work in a commercial kitchen. It looks terrible.
So awful. It looks like it's quite abusive, actually.
No, I would never be able to do that, so I'm scared.
So I'll try not to be abusive to you today in the kitchen.
And Tumi and Zuki, neither.
No, Tumi's amazing. She's going to guide you through very, very nicely. Now, we've asked you online if you've got any questions for Francois, and Shireen Adams asked, hi, Francois van Coke, how do you find a balance between your career and family?
Yeah, so that's the thing. Balance.
Yeah.
That's what you need to have. I think you know, I have to set time apart that I spend with my family.
Yeah.
And that's very important that you do it in advance, because you know, weekends don't really exist in our career, so you have to take weekends off
during
in
the
advance. Or no, I mean in advance if you actually want to get away.
Yeah.
And quality time. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Don't you think it's sweet when you look at your little daughter's face? She does look a lot like you.
Yeah, I think
cute, eh?
I think she does. She's definitely got my side of the family a little bit more, but she's also got my wife, and my wife loves to hear that. So.
Now, today we are dragging Francois off the stage and into the kitchen to put his cooking skills to the test. So get your ingredients together, and please do join us for the cook-along after the break.
With your support, we are now able to donate 20,000 pairs of Smart Step school shoes to children in need. Celebrate goodness when you buy a Crush. Dial the number on the pack for a chance to win your share of cash prizes and school fees. Crush, share the goodness.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and of course it is our Tuesday cook-along, and we're in our kitchen with our two fabulous guest chefs. I mean, well, Chumi is now forever. She'll be keeping her forever. And of course we have rockstar Francois van Coke.
I was a guest chef.
You're not a guest chef unless you're going to become a chef. I think that's your New Year's resolution. You're going to learn how to cook.
2021.
Yeah. So Willie's tinned tuna is, of course, our go-to ingredient, and it is the go-to ingredient on everyone's shopping list because of its high protein content, its affordability, and it's definitely a great addition to your pantry. And today we're going to be showing you 3 different ways to use tuna in meals that you and your family can enjoy. Now, to get this recipe sent to your device, SMS the keyword Woolworths to 33650, and SMSs are R1.50 each. Free SMSs do not apply, but they are super useful, these recipes that we send you. So, what is the first recipe that we're starting with?
Okay, so we're starting with our lasagna.
Okay.
But before we get anything done, we have to get all the elements together. So what I'm going to ask you and Zuki to do is to get the sauces ready for us.
Okay.
You're going to make the tomato sauce that obviously is going to be part of the layering of the lasagna. Zuki's going to do that, sorry. And then you get started with the bechamel sauce. I'm not sure if you've ever done a bechamel sauce before.
Is the bechamel sauce that creamy?
The white sauce.
The thick white sauce,
yes.
The lasagna. Okay. That's only the hardest one to do. Thank you.
I trust you, Jeannie. I trust you.
Tomato sauce first. 1 can of tomatoes.
Yes.
In.
You can do here.
Then.
Because you can get started with the quinoa.
Do we have the onion there?
Do we have an onion? Yes, here, I've got an onion.
Okay, great.
Okay, now I'm going to cut the onion for the tomato sauce.
Yes.
Is the water on?
Just a little bit of it.
Water going?
It's already on, so you can just chuck that in there.
And then this
get
goes
it boiling.
into there.
Carrots. Okay. Yeah, okay, so to start off with the tomato sauce, I've got carrots, onion and tomato. Okay.
So we're going to get started with the dressing as well on our side because we're also making a quinoa and tuna salad.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to ask Francois to get the dressing done for us. What we've got here is we've got the juice or the brine from the tuna because we don't want to discard anything. So we're going to make the dressing here, which is the tuna brine, some olive oil, some red wine vinegar, and just some salt and pepper.
Cool.
So you can get that mixed together, and then while you everything into that, and then in the meantime, I'll get started with our.
All of the salt and all of the pepper.
You can taste it as you go, so that at least you have
I
an
don't know
idea.
if you must trust my taste buds.
We're gonna have to today. You're the chef today.
All of this.
All of that in, yes. And then I'm gonna get started with baby marrow. When we're doing this lasagna, we're not gonna use any lasagna sheets. So our baby marrow is gonna be what actually does the layers for us.
Ah, awesome.
So while you're doing that, let me do this. I'm gonna get started with charring our
Okay, there you go.
baby marrow.
How's this for the tomato sauce? It looks quite chunky.
You can actually add that into your pot then, so we can get it cooking.
Is this all? Just the onions, tomato, and carrots?
Yes.
Yeah, get that
Beautiful.
cooking in the meantime. And so what happens is... Perfect. Let's do this because I see you're wearing white. So the safest thing for us to do now...
The safest thing for me to always do is get out of the kitchen, to be honest. Like, I know my place.
But you wouldn't mind eating. But you wouldn't mind eating.
And I'm getting the baby marrow charred on both sides.
Yeah.
And that's basically going to be the layers of our baby marrow. So can I ask you just to watch that and the...
Perfect. And this, does that look fine?
That's perfect, John. Did you whisk it enough? I'm not too sure here. Okay, it looks like it's whisked enough.
Okay,
What you
awesome.
can do for us is just chop up the cucumber into nice small
Okay.
cubes.
Cubes.
Perfect, as well as the tomato.
Okay, we're going to get started this side on the bechamel sauce. Where
And then
do I begin?
The bechamel sauce, you can start with the butter by first melting it into that cast iron pot.
Okay.
And then add your flour into it once it's melted.
This is olive oil.
That cube be enough?
It has to be smaller. Please make it smaller.
Oh, man.
Okay, pretend we've got butter in here, then what?
No, the butter's right there in front of you.
This?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, it's already been melted. I didn't recognize
It's
it.
slowly melting.
Yeah. Okay,
Clearly
there
the
you go.
kitchen is
I
quite
thought
hot
it was
today.
actually pineapple. But
Yeah,
there
it's
you
got
go.
a very nice
Butter.
yellow taste.
Mango.
Okay,
So the
then
reason,
what?
like you mentioned earlier, Jeannie, the reason we're using tuna today is because it's quite an underutilized ingredient because they usually use it for the same things, sandwiches, salads. So we're trying to do it differently. We're making a lasagna and a load-shedding dish, which Zuki's going to do a little later. So you won't need to cook any of the elements that go into the dish she's going to make for us a little later.
Okay, so butter is in.
Butter is in, and then we're going to add your flour.
What's that to me?
Flour.
Perfect.
We're looking good.
And then you can whisk that together
Are we looking good?
a little bit more.
All
A little
right.
bit smaller, yeah.
Is it?
And then what? The milk.
And then the milk, and then you just slowly incorporate the milk while you're whisking.
Okay. I absolutely love the sauce, and I like it nice and cheesy and thick. Oh, wow, look, it's getting thick
Oh, this
as
one
we
is
go
on.
in the pot.
Stir it again.
Beautiful. What I love about this lasagna is that it's kind of like gluten and carb-free already because we're using the brinjal instead. Not brinjal, what's it called? Zucchini instead
yes.
of the pastelés. I mean, Francois, you're doing quite a job there. Well
Doing quite
done.
well, actually.
He's a hard-working man.
Very hard-working man. It's always good to see a man working so hard in the kitchen. All right, so let me quickly sum up with what we've done. We've gotten started on the tomato sauce. We've used 1 can of tomato,
Should we turn
an
those?
onion, and some carrots thrown into the pot. Then to start off with the bechamel sauce, butter, flour, and milk, and whisked up together. We've got quinoa on the boil. We've got our zucchini on the grill. And then our salad is being prepped. How's that? Perfect.
Everything looking good on your side, though.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll put everything together and then get started with our second amazing tuna dish. We'll see you after the break.
With your support, we are now able to donate 20,000 pairs of Smart Step school shoes to children in need. Celebrate goodness when you buy a crush. Dial the number on the pack for a chance to win your share of cash prizes and school fees. Crush, share the goodness.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. It is, of course, our Tuesday cook-along, and we are cooking in this kitchen. It is quite intense. There's so much going on. We, of course, have our fabulous chefs. And a rock star, Francois van Coke, is definitely... He's getting into it. You suit being in the kitchen, by the way.
Thank you. I chopped the cucumber.
Yeah, good job. Now, this bechamel sauce is looking absolutely incredible. This recipe is delicious, and if you want this recipe sent directly to your phone, all you need to do is SMS the keyword Woolworths to 33650. SMS is R1.50 each, and free SMSs do not apply. I have to tell you, this is the first time in my life that I've done one of these white sauces, and it's come out so perfectly smooth and not clumpy.
It looks
Must I
good.
take it off the
It's
heat already?
perfect.
What do you reckon? Take it off the
You
heat?
can, actually.
Yeah,
We're going to start assembling the lasagna.
Overdone
Let me
already.
do this. Let me take it from you.
Okay.
We wouldn't want you to get your hands dirty.
I'll bring it to you
Thank you so much.
so that we don't burn.
And then, Francois, you've done a pretty
Jimmy?
good job with your cucumber
Okay,
there.
cool.
I can just put
Perfect.
it straight on the
Yes,
thing.
please.
not gonna
Ceramic, so
burn.
it's not going to burn. Perfect. Thank you so much, Jeannie.
Pleasure, doll.
What is mine?
Yours is the salad.
Cool.
So what you can do now is just start assembling the salad for us. I've got the
Awesome.
dough already put into our quinoa. So you can
good.
just mix that together into the bowl and then add the other elements, which is our cucumber as well as the tomatoes.
Cool.
And then after that, this goes into the lasagna. So you'll do the salad, what I'll
Just
do the
that.
lasagna.
Cool, perfect. I can do this.
All right. And now what are we up to?
can
We're
do this, I can
making
do
a tuna cabbage, which
Okay.
is a perfect dish for load shedding.
Oh, yeah, because we don't need electricity for
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
love it. Okay, how do we get started with this?
I've got the onions, I've got
Yeah.
the tomatoes, the avo and eggs, and the...
Tuna.
Yes, tuna.
Perfect. And what do we do? Just stick all of that together in a bowl?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
No, you can just put everything separately, and then I'm going to mix everything all together.
Okay.
This is perfect for
And someone's going to...
pescatarians
Yeah.
and mostly people that are always on diet.
That would be me.
Yeah, and then the load shedding, of course. Yeah.
Okay, this looks great.
And then you can also have this for breakfast or brunch
Yeah.
or dinner. But sometimes, if you don't want an egg, you can replace that with mealies
Oh,
at night
divine. Well,
or
we're
in the
going to use
afternoon.
all of it today.
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to plate that over there. Something nice and light.
Absolutely.
I do enjoy that. And how do you get that fantastic shape on that finished one?
I used this.
Gorgeous.
And you start with your avo, obviously,
Yeah.
at the bottom, because it's heavier than everything that you're using.
Yeah. This is actually quite easy.
I know.
Do you want me
It's,
to mix that with the mayonnaise?
I would
already for
appreciate
you?
that. Just put a spoon of that, and then the coriander, a bit of coriander.
In our mixture?
Yes.
Okay. I like a lot of mayo in my
No,
tuna
no, no.
mayo.
You don't need a lot.
We don't
Because
need a
it
lot.
because it doesn't have to be too wet,
Yeah.
and at the same time, yeah, that's perfect.
Francois, if you don't cook, who cooks for you when you're on tour?
Chefs in restaurants.
Oh, really? Is it restaurant food
Yeah,
like, and
no.
hotel food all the time?
Yeah, no, never cook on the road.
So when you're hungry, you
Unfortunately.
just roll over and dial 9.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I
Room
heard.
service is not bad.
So you love eating meat, I heard.
Yeah,
like a
I do,
good
I do.
steak. And I heard that you can't eat bananas.
I hate banana.
Why?
When I was in primary school, I think at around standard 3,
Yeah.
the grossest dude in school burped a banana burp in my face, like this. And,
my
and
word.
around the same time,
Who is that guy?
you
Do you still know him?
I know his name. I've checked him out on Facebook. And a teacher, around the same time, a teacher was eating banana in the class, and I was being naughty or something, and he pulled these hairs here on the side of my,
Yeah.
next to my ear, and it made like this banana dread in my hair. So those two things put me off banana for good. I hate banana.
You've literally been traumatized
Yeah,
by banana. That is so crazy. Do you know
Not
what
cool.
happened to me once? On the last day of school in Standard 5, the naughtiest boy in our school, I still remember his name, but I won't name and shame him, took rotten eggs and threw rotten eggs in all the girls' hair.
That is not cool. Do you eat egg?
I still do eat egg, but I mean, it obviously was good for my hair because, well, voila. But I mean, it's crazy how like you can have these little food traumas that affect you for the rest of your life.
And my daughter loves banana, so there's banana peels all over our house all the time, and I have to go put it in the bin.
Oh, shame.
It's terrible.
Okay, wait. I've got your tuna. And first tomato and your corn.
And then what we need to do is, for the oven not to turn dark, we need to use a bit of lemon.
Okay.
So that it still retains its color.
Nice.
And then we use a bit of corn.
So what I can ask you to do
to balance all the colors and nutrients.
And then squash it all in.
So that we get
that I can do that.
Dish out of this.
Beautiful. Nice. And then tomato.
It's going to go on top of this.
Presto, what a great dish. Okay, I'm going to go and check along what you guys are doing. This salad looks amazing.
It's cool,
Did you do that all on your own?
Yeah, damn straight.
Look at you, you can cook. And then, Tuna, you are already layering your lasagna.
Yes, and we're basically done with it now. Francois going to add the cheese, and once that's done, we put it into the oven, and our lasagna is practically done. He's done a pretty good job with the quinoa salad, so I wonder what he's talking about.
I went for the big side on the grater as well.
But how come Francois not helping me, though?
What do you
Shame,
need?
shame. He's got the dud in the kitchen.
Because I have been chopping and doing everything all by myself.
Just tune me. I'm ready. Boom, boom. Look at me great. Look at me great.
We've started assembling our amazing lasagna. We've got this.
I'm a great grater.
You are a great grater. You're just great overall. You are greater. We've got the amazing quinoa salad. Tomato sauce is still going on. Don't know where we're using that, but it looks great. And then, of course, we've got our amazing, fresh, amazing little tuna salad going on. Now, talk about protein power. If your mouth is watering just as much as mine, all you need to do, I mean, my mouth really is watering, that's how good this is. All you need to do is SMS the keyword Woolworths to 33650 to have this recipe sent to your phone. SMSs are R1.50 each. Free SMSs do not apply. And of course, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. So after the break, we're going to be making a Clover Olive Pride ice cream with a berry compote. So we're going to be finishing all of this during the break, and we'll see you ready with dessert right after this.
My name is Siasang Ampenyana and I'm 27 years of age. I step into other people's shoes for a living. In other words, I'm an actress. I'm excited to be on Tropical Island of Treasure Season 9 because I'm going to win that million. Simple. I'm preparing for the island by doing what Beyonce does. I am working out twice a day. The most important people in my life are undoubtedly my family. I'm nothing without those people. My friends are 110% behind me for the TIOT9 competition. They think I'm gonna bring it home, and I think I will too.
She is the Kate Moss to my Naomi, but the girl can sprint. It's actually scary. She's competitive and she is always ready to win. She's always ready for a challenge. So she's gonna win that thing. The other contestants better watch out.
Catch me on Tropical Island of Treasure Curacao, only on SABC3.
What's going on? My name is Setu Kolo, otherwise known as Setu, originally from Durban, KwaMashu, and now staying in Johannesburg. I'm a digital content creator and marketer. So the whole reason why I entered Tropica Island of Treasure Season 9 is because, I mean, who wouldn't want to be on an island and possibly win $1 million? Besides an amazing beard, I'm bringing good energy, fun, laughter, and this. Everything.
He's got a beautiful heart. He's a very powerful businessman. I believe he's one of the future billionaires.
My style, AKA the drip. I just feel like style is an expression of who you are on the inside. So I like to look good all the time. Try to, you know, be in the latest threads. Oh man, my friends, my squad, my clique, we a bunch of good people, man. Good vibes all around.
He's definitely gonna win Tropica Island of Treasure because he has no choice but to win.
Make sure to catch me on Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao, coming very soon to SABC3.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express this glorious Tuesday afternoon. Now, as we tend to matters of the heart in this month of love, we've got a really special treat in store for you, our Clover Olive Pride extra virgin olive oil ice cream recipe. And it goes to show how else you could use this delicious oil in a great treat. Now, we know that you're intrigued, so to get the recipe, SMS Clover to 33650. SMS is £1.50 each. Free SMSs do not apply. I have to tell you, Tuna, a couple of years ago, I went to Florence in Italy, and I went on a olive oil tasting experience.
Really?
And it was amazing. We actually were like sipping olive oil to taste the different stages of it and the different variants of it. And it is just, I mean, it's the nectar of the gods, really.
And the more original and fresh it is, it actually is sweet. It is so delicious you can eat it on its own.
I use olive oil in everything, and obviously I follow a Mediterranean diet, but I believe that when you have an olive oil-rich diet, your skin just glows, your hair glows.
True.
It really, I mean, it lubricates the system in a very, very good, positive way.
It does.
But now, olive oil ice cream is something new to me.
Yes.
So, teach me.
So, like you've mentioned, olive oil has always been used in typical ways. Salads, dressing. So, like me, I like to do things in an unconventional way. So, I figured, always, why not try something new? So today we're making an olive oil ice cream with crumble. We're using our delicious Olive Pride extra virgin olive oil. So what we're starting with now is I'm doing the crumble that's going to go on top of the olive oil ice cream.
Okay.
What I'm just doing now is just getting my hands dirty by crumbling. I've just crumbled a bit of flour and brown sugar together into my flour.
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to do is the aim is not to have the mixture come together like dough. You want it to be nice and crumbly so that when it actually comes out of the oven, it's nice and...
and what is a crumble? Is it like cookie dough?
Not necessarily. Well, we could call it dough because that's the correct term. But yeah, it's not necessarily doughy, but it is a cookie dough, yes. Okay. But it's not together in this instance. It's literally, it's not shortbread. It's more of just crumbs on a plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they actually turn out very delicious. I have a tendency to eat this quite a lot on its own. Please don't judge. My cheeks should expose me. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bake this in the oven at 180 degrees. That's my go-to number, by the way.
Yeah.
For about 10 to 15 minutes. All we want is for the crumbs to go a bit golden brown.
Okay.
And nice and crunchy. And then once it comes out of the oven, the aim is not to break it apart per se, but just use a fork to, if it's stuck together, just use a fork to crumble it up. So we're going to leave that in there for a couple of minutes, 10 minutes, let it cook down. And while that happens, you and I are going to make the compote.
Okay.
We all like blueberries. We all love everything sweet.
Yeah.
I'm a dessert person, so my sweet
And
tooth
actually,
is...
I'm a huge fan of blueberries, like a huge fan. I have them all the time, yeah.
Well, join the club, girl. So to make our compote, the first step would be to put a bit of water in there, and then we add our berries, and then our sugar. What we're trying to do here is we want the sugar to dissolve, and then it reduces. The term reduction means that we want it to be thicker than it was at first.
Yeah.
So we're going to let this reduce for another 30 minutes because we want it to be, we don't want it to be thick like, we want it to be a sauce, but we don't want it to be so thick that you can barely stir it or use it like that. So right now we're just going to let that cook down for about a couple of minutes.
Okay.
But over here we have an already done mixture of the compote.
Look how
there we
beautiful
go.
that looks.
And then we've also got
very compact.
and we've also got the crumble that we've already done earlier, and that's how it's going to look once it's done.
Okay, so here's the crumble. I've just got to
just test, make sure it's the right.
Oh, that is okay. Very nice. Oh,
and then
that would be nice as like a base for like a cheesecake or anything like that as well.
Basically.
Winning. Get that recipe.
And then here we're getting started with the ice cream part of our ice cream.
Okay.
And this is a no-churn ice cream. You don't have to keep stirring it every 5 minutes. You put it in the freezer, it's going to turn out perfectly.
Okay.
What we start off with right now is our condensed milk.
Yeah.
And then we're going to add to it vanilla extract.
Yeah.
As well as our olive oil.
Okay.
It is best to, obviously we've got the recipe so you'll see the measurements of it. So it is best to put the olive oil in here so that it infuses before you add the cream.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just add this in here.
And I love the vanilla essence with the little vanilla dots in it.
Yes.
Because I like when it gets chewy, especially in vanilla ice cream. It's my favorite flavor.
Yeah, and I like the fact that the more it cooks, the more it releases that flavor. So when you do take a bite into it, you can still taste that delicious vanilla
It's my
flavor.
best.
All right, so we've mixed in our vanilla, our condensed milk, and the olive oil. Okay. And now we're going to take just a third of our whipped cream that we're going to add in here. Just a third. So what we're doing now is to make it easy for us to whisk the rest of this into, it's less than a third, but the less I take, the easier it is to just throw in there, because we're going to break out all the air. So we're basically taking out all the air from the whipped cream.
I mean, I'm just a little bit at a loss for word, because I was today years old when I realized that iced cream is just cold
custard, basically.
Cold custard.
Yeah.
I mean, duh.
You always try and be fancy with these things, but there's really nothing to it, right?
Yeah, I always try and overcomplicate everything.
Yeah.
But this is so simple.
And this is it. This is our ice cream. All we're going to do now is just fold all of this into basically the cream, and the condensed milk and the olive oil goes perfectly.
And it tastes like olive oil.
It does taste like olive oil, but knowing me, I'd probably add just a little bit more on top because I like olive oil flavor.
I like that. I love extra.
Of course. You can always, who says there's anything wrong with being extra, right?
Totally.
And then we just basically pour the rest of our mixture into our ice cream tin.
Yeah.
And that's going to go into the freezer for a minimum 6 hours. Because it's an ice cream that doesn't need to churn, you don't need to do anything more.
And it doesn't freeze. It stays creamy.
It stays nice and creamy.
So you can leave it in there for 24 hours if you
like
can.
Yeah,
okay,
it's not that kind of ice cream that's going to harden. It literally stays nice and soft.
Can I taste what it tastes like free?
Spoon over here.
Okay. Although I'm not the best cook, I'm always the best palate because I do love the food. Oh, wow, that is glorious. This is possibly one of the best ice creams I've ever tasted. Wow, that is good. Okay, this is amazing. Remember, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe. This is absolutely... Go, girl. Okay, should we plate it now that I've eaten it?
Okay, then you can just put it over there. Start with our crumble.
Okay.
Crumble as much as you want.
Okay, well, I'm going to eat this one. We won't give this one to Francois, considering I've already...
You've already started. And then our...
Oh, how gorgeous.
And then, like I said, because we're going extra.
Yeah. Yeah, a nice
little drizzle of olive oil, and that is our olive oil ice cream.
You are a genius. Thank you so much, Chewy. Of course, the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe. It's absolutely delicious. But in case you missed any of the steps, we've got a quick recap for you. Have a look.
Made with love by Clover.
There you go. Now, dinner is ready to be served, and what better way than to top it off than a live performance by Francois van Coke. That's coming up right after the break, so stay right where you are.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
Never met someone with a heart like this.
He embodies what it means to be selfless.
Even when I was in a state of panic, she saw me through bravery.
Often the bravest people don't see themselves as others do. Join us in celebrating these brave heroes. Nominate the pharmacists and healthcare professionals in your community making a real difference and stand a chance to win 5,000 Rand.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, we've had a lot of fun in the kitchen today domesticating a rock star, but it's now time for Francois van Coke to do what he does best, perform. And here he is with the title track from his latest solo album, Dagdrome in Suburbia. Take it away,
perfect.
boys.
Van die storie doodloop aan die verkeerde kant van die nasionale pad. Fantaseer oor hier wegkom, die bergse skadu val. 'n vuurparkie brand, slaap veilig agter slot en grendel, moedeloos soos hangover, dagdrome in Suburbia. Ek het jou gesien, ek hou nog my oor op. Ons is vastgemaak, jy moes fight, maar ek is hier uitgedraai jy sterk gestaan, o God. Ek moes hier wees. Ek is terug met 'n vuis. Al moet ek ook hier val. Was jou nommer nog dieselfde sou stil. Ek kom jou optel. Dagdrome in Suburbia. Ek het jou gesien. Ek hou nog my wow. Ek hou nog my wow. Ek is by die huis. Dagdrome in Suburbia. Ek het jou gesien. Ek hou nog my wow. Ek hou nog my wow. Ek is by die huis. Dagdrome in Suburbia. Ek het jou gesien. Ek hou nog my hoop. Ek hou nog my hoop. Dagdrome in Suburbia. Ek het jou gesien. Ek hou nog my hoop. Ek hou nog my hoop. Ek is by die huis. Dagdrome in Suburbia. Ek het jou gesien. Ek hou nog my hoop. Ek hou nog my hoop. Ek is by die huis.
Thank you.
And there it is, Dagdrome in Suburbia by the amazing Francois van Coke. We have asked you for all of your questions that you have for our favorite rock star. So please do tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express. Pop over to our Instagram page. We certainly do love hearing from you. And let's hear what our very, very, very cool rock star has to say. Well done. That was amazing.
Hey, thank you,
Thank
man.
you so much. Have a seat.
Thank you, Jeannie. Oh, this looks good.
Yeah, you definitely need that now. And of course, we've been slaving away. I mean, you deserve all the food. Tell us what the song's about.
It's about growing up in the burbs.
Yeah.
And trying to find a way out of it, just from the mundane life in the burbs. I think it kind of describes my feeling as a child, just kind of dreaming to
get out.
Get into the world,
Yeah, to get out of the burbs. And aren't you back in the burbs now?
So also it's kind of that juxtaposition, I think.
Yeah.
You know, like the way I see South Africa and the world from the burbs now, and the way I saw it when I was a kid.
Exactly. So, of course, we've asked you online if you've got any questions. And Andile Mandy Mate asked, how many tattoos do you have?
I don't...
Good question.
I don't know. I think it's not that much. It's like 30 to 40, I think.
Not that much, 30 to 40, but there you've got your daughter's face.
Yeah.
So cute.
Cute,
What else do you have there?
You know, I've got like
They're really
stuff like
good, though. I mean, that is beautiful.
Yeah, that's by a very good friend of mine from Boksburg. He did that one. I've got my parents' birth dates. Obviously, Ringo. You know, my band that plays live with me, Die Gevaar.
Did you see what happened to Orlando Bloom yesterday?
No.
He tattooed his son's name and the date he was born, but in Morse code, and they spelt it wrong.
No way.
I know.
I heard such a weird tattoo story.
Yeah.
A dude put on his leg, "We never walk alone." Is that Liverpool saying or something?
Yeah.
And then he was in Afghanistan or something, and they shot off his leg.
Oh, wow.
And it was amputated, and actually eventually just said, "We'll never walk."
Oh, wow, that is intense.
It's crazy.
Wow, that is very tense. And then Milani asked, I want to know what is the story behind the song that you did with Ricky Rick. I think you answered that one. What's the story?
Yeah, it's about not conforming, doing your own thing. Kind of
we answered that one for you.
Part.
Okay, so your tour schedule we'll put on Afternoon Express.
Amazing. I've got big shows that I can talk about. Can I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I've got
in 30 seconds.
I've got a big show happening in Stellenbosch very soon, and part of the Woordfeest. It's me and a bunch of my mates. It's called Dagdrome in die Boland because it's in Stellenbosch. But it's me with Tashay. There wasn't The Voice with me.
We had her here. We actually
really?
had Tashay on phone. So we're going to put all of those details on our website.
And then I've got another one, more exciting thing. I'm doing a little tour where I'm telling stories from the road, the kind of stories behind the tunes.
Oh my word, sounds absolutely incredible. We'll have Francois van Coke's tour schedule on our website. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night and God bless.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.